Fiji? Okay. You from Malaysia? Khalifa? Khalifa? Ahmedi Khalifa? Farad? Nathan? 박승환? 이준호? 마티우? 송민호? 이승보? 네. 사인시트 하세요? 체크, 출석부 체크 어떻게 돼요? 하시라고. 아, 그러면 LC 불러줬는데 뭐. 다 불렀어요? 다 불렀어. 7명. 아, 다시 돌리든지.
제가 그냥 돌려서 지금.
알겠어요. 알아서 하십시오. 알아서 하십시오. So did you get email from TA? Yes. Only one? Email from TA. Did you get email from TA? Any email from TA? Yes. Yes. No. No. Probably 2 is not missing from your email list. I remember he was here last time, right? He. You were here last time. Right. Second time, but you are not on the list. Anyway, you should get the email. Also, I hope we can have a SNS group talk. I prefer to have a Korean Kakao talk, but I don't know whether you can do this. So any kind of SNS, I want to have a group and SNS. So TA will lead you through the email or other message. Any question from previous classes? No question. No question. We stopped around here, ship structure. Ship structure. Okay. So, because they want to make a ship very light, but strong, right? So they try to mimic the natural animals. So that's why we have a what is the name of this bone? Rib, right? Rib structure. Yeah. So and then also I told you that these are a plate coming from a steel maker. One whole single plate. It is about size of 3 meters long and 2 meters wide, something, or less than 2 meters. And thickness is 20 millimeters, 2 centimeters, right? 2 centimeters, 2 centimeters. So very heavy. How can I calculate? Ton, probably. So you cannot handle this. Yes, sir. I guess you need a strong 10 men or 20 people to lift up one single plate. So you need some forklift truck to handle this plate. But anyway, so you can imagine that 100,000 pieces of this steel plate is used to build a ship. Right? And also you need to bend the plate and cut, bend, and also welding. That is the most important work for the shipbuilding company. In addition to engines and telecommunication and other, but it's a main body, structural engineers, stronger So structural length is important. And then I usually use a bottle, water bottle, to show a ship. Right? It can be a submarine. Right? Submarine looks like this one. Right? It can be dive into the water. If you cut this one half, and then the one half can be a ship. Right? Right? About half of the bottle. But there is another additional structures. But the big picture of the ship can be one half of. And then the ratio of length 20 centimeter, 25, and breadth 7, 8. Okay. So ratio of length and breadth can be how many? 5 or 4, right? The ratio is 4 or 5, right? It looks like, right? But usually the ship, ordinary ship, large ship, the length ratio, breadth ratio is 7 or 8. Means it's longer than this. It's longer, right? So I can say this is a slender. Some ships the ratio can be 10. 10 is doubling of this length, or same breadth. Right? Thank you. How do you think about my length breadth ratio of my body? Right? Different ratio in here. Right? Depth and breadth is different. Looks like a slender, right? Slender, comparing to ordinary. So for that slender body, the bending break fracture is most weak point. Right? Long, thin, steel pipe can be break in this way, rather than the other way. That's why the ship is kind of slender, so that the midship section structure is most important. Because of, you see the wave, rough waves, and in the middle, there's a pen. Ship is slender, right? Slender. Propeller is here, and wave looks like this one. Right? Wave, ocean wave, big ocean wave. Then it's supporting this, but it's bending in this way. Right? This way. It can be break in the middle because of the long, high waves, because of slenderness. And they want to make stronger enough, not breaking the wave or other slamming or something. So that's why there's a complex names and weight definitions. Okay. When he bought this bottle, bottle is full filled, right? Maybe some left air gaps there. If you fill up to 100% by water and kept down, how do you think if I whole filled bottle, if I put this one into the water, how do you expect? Is it floating or going down to the bottom? What is your expectation? Full water inside, no air. So what is your answer? Floating or going down into the bottom? Floating, going down to the bottom. Right. So we will see next time. He'll bring my answer is floating. Right? We will see that. But depending on the See, water and water is the same weight, right? We call this is a ratio something. Right? What is the English name of 비중? 비중. Specific weight something. Right? But the answer is depending on the weight, specific weight of this plastic. Right? If this plastic is heavier than water, then it is going down. Lighter than it is floating. Floating means it does not go into the bottom, right? The iceberg is floating. We can say floating, right? But they almost submerged, but only 1% is above the water. But we still say this is floating, rather than submerged down to the bottom. Right? So it's not simple equations, complex. How do you think about your body? Your body. Can you swim? Can you swim? Yes. No. Yes. No. So most of can work. All right. Then, if have you tried to test your body is floating or submerged down to the bottom? Your body. Floating? Submerged down to the bottom? Floating. Down to the bottom? Nobody. In the middle. Is it yes and no? Your air in your lung, then you are floating. But if no air inside your lung, then you go down. Right? So your body is almost similar to the water, the specific weight. Right? That's why. So it's very on the verge, right? About water weight. So it's complicated thing, weight, because of the complex structure inside our body. Also, ship is similar structure, made of steel. Steel is very heavy, but still it's floating, right? So it's complex. Okay, then I want to start from displacement weight. Displacement weight is the total weight. Total weight. Start from total weight, which equals light weight plus dead weight. Light weight and dead weight. Right? So it's a total weight. What is it? So if I how big is it? How big is it? 500 milliliter, something like that. Half liter, right? So then it is a half kilogram, or almost about right, half kilogram weight. So there is a total weight. If I place this one on the gauge, should say folds, then is half kilogram, right? But this here consumes 1/3, so it can be 0.3 kilogram, right? Weight. Now, this is a total weight of this ship or submarine, right? Submarine. And then when I put this one into the water, this one, then it is floating, right? Floating. Floating, but not floating in this way, but floating somewhere in this way, right? Somewhere here. Right? Water line is here, right? Maybe here or here. In some probably around this, because this is what inside. Right. Displacement. This is a static equilibrium between total weight and water support from the water. Then it is static equilibrium, floating in this way. Stay calm when it is into the water. The water line is about here. Right? No disturbance. Stay there. Right? Static equilibrium of weight. and support. Support is coming from where? Support coming from water, right? How come? What force is coming into the water? From the water to the bottom. Anybody answer? How can the water support this bottom? 부력, right? Buoyancy. But buoyancy we call altogether is a buoyancy. But what is a component of buoyancy? Pressure from the water. Right. Pressure inside the water is everywhere. One point, the surrounding pressure is same, right? But the water pressure is depending on the depth of the water. If we go down to the 100 meter or 1,000 meter down to the water, pressure is very high, right? That's why submarine is collapse, right? So that you can expect that if you put this one into the water is about here, but pressure is not same. Almost zero. Zero means atmosphere, same as air pressure, right? Going down, pressure is increasing, right? Because with 1,000 meter, very high pressure. So pressure is dependent on the depth of the water. Why? The weight of the water is compressing, right? Air pressure is also weight of the air. We are experiencing pressure. You cannot feel this, but we are under pressure, right? Air pressure. The air pressure is coming from the weight of the air. Far away, right? Probably 10 kilometers higher. The pressure is. So this one is water pressure is coming from the weight of the water above. When you integrate all the pressure, then it can be a buoyancy altogether. That is the answer. Right? So calculating the buoyancy is not easy, because pressure is changing, and also surface shape is not simple. Right? If we are using a box, then it's simple. Not so simple, but you can calculate. But ship shape is round, so calculation is not easy. So once again, what is displacement? The answer is the weight of displaced water by this object. Right? When I put this bottle into the water is pushed down, right? And surrounding the object. So that submerged body displaces water. Right? Instead of water, bottle is inside. So weight of this submerged body shape, volume, that is displacement weight. Same weight of the water. Right? So we call this as displacement. Weight of displaced water by the ship or by any object. Okay? This is static, not dynamic. Static. But dynamics coming later. So now, currently, we have a static equilibrium. Static forces. Force equilibrium. Weight of the ship. Right? Weight of the ship. And supported by buoyancy. Or buoyancy coming from the pressure, water pressure. So that this is a total weight of lightweight and dead weight. Simply, lightweight is empty ship weight. When ship is constructed by a shipyard, this is empty. Right? Just finished the ship. Just constructed a new ship. The same as a new truck. You just buy from the car maker one truck. It's an empty truck. So weight of empty truck is we call lightweight of the truck. Right? And then we put cargo on them. Cargo. The truck, I want to put more cargo as much as possible because it's the money, right? Money I get from cargo moving service, then I get money, right? That's why I explained about waiting station in highway last time. So cargo, I want to put as much as possible, but there is a limitation. Any design of truck, any truck, they are saying this truck is allowed to load 1 ton, 3 ton, 10 ton, 20 is written behind the truck. Every truck, you see, you can see it because it is a limitation by law, by law. Same as the ship, same as the ship. Ship has not written on the ship, probably somewhere written somewhere, but you cannot see this easily. But anyway, there is a limitation. The most important limitation was the draft line. I explained last time, right? Draft line. Simple draft line. So lightweight, still weight. What is an empty truck, empty ship, right? And then this is cargo weight, cargo weight. I want to put as much as possible cargo weight. But there are also complications coming. Right? Explanation using car is easier for your understanding. Right? For the truck which carry steel plate, or you may see that instead of steel plate, rolled steel. Have you seen the truck which is moving rolled steel plate? Yes. No. Yes, okay. Right. More people see that. There is a plate, rolled plate coming from the steel maker. Usually they use that, this is a thin plate of steel. This is rolled, packaged, and then it's same as a cotton. Cotton is usually sold by rolled way, right? Rolled plate, rolled cotton, and sold in a shop. Very similar because of the thin plate usually used for the car making. Car plate thickness is around 1 millimeter or 2 millimeter. Very thin, right? And then the truck carrying steel is very heavy cargo, right? So that for big truck, but they carry only 1 or 2 roll on the deck of the truck. They do not carry 10 or stacked up to 20 steel roll cargo. Never see this. Why? Because this is very heavy, and then limitation is already given to the truck, right? So allowed only carry only 1 or 2 rolls. That's enough. The other space is empty, right? So special weight is very important for carrying cargos because there is a limitation. Let's back to then say cotton carrying as a cargo is light. Specific weight is far less than water. Right? Then I want to carry many cargo to get more money, right? So cotton can be carried more than you can stack up. You can imagine of truck case. I only carry cotton, right? Then you can stacking up more and more, right? Up to higher, right? Because weight is enough. My capacity weight is enough. The limitation is coming from the height or volume of the truck. There is also limitation by overbridge or bridges. Right? You cannot go outside in this way or in this way. There is a limitation of carriage per truck. Right? And also road is saying. So that we call this is a two extreme cases. Right? One is a weight limitation. The other one is volume limitation for the lightweight cargos. Right? Cruise ships. Have you seen a picture of a large cruise ship? Yes. Or no? Large cruise ship. You never see the picture of a large cruise ship? Yes. Usually cruise ships are very high. The number of floors is very high. More than 10 floors above the ship. You can count. You can imagine this picture. I will show you later. Why? Because it is not weight limitation. It is volume limitation or area limitation. Everybody wants to have my own room inside the cruise ship. I want to probably pay more money. I want to have a very luxury room to me and higher place to see others rather than down below. So the ship operator, they want to provide more rooms to get more money. Right? That's why they are sticking up. But the problem comes from this is very not good for stability. If you think about high loaded truck, then it is not good for turning in the corner. They may capsize the truck. Right? High stacking up. Who carries cotton, they want to load as much as higher, right? Because weight limitation is enough. Then it is difficult coming from stability. You should be very careful to drive that kind of. The cruise ship is also same, similar case, not same, similar case. Higher. Because of the money. The Seworo for the Koreans, Seworo is the case. They want to actually the ship was imported from the Japan as a used ship at the beginning, and then the owner of Korean operator they remodeled that ship to include one more or two more storage to make more rooms. That creates a stability problem. So that instead they put more heavy weight on the bottom of the ship. But that is the behind story. But it is important concept issue. So you understand what is empty ship, cargo weight, total weight, and payload and dead weight is very similar. But a little bit different. Let's say that for the truck case, should we include the weight of gasoline or diesel oil for the operating the ship or cargo truck? When you buy your new car, how much gasoline is inside? No gasoline? No, there is gasoline. Then otherwise you cannot operate, right? So they usually provide you very minimum level of gasoline inside. When I purchased new car, have you purchased your car? No, right? Yes. Oh, you have. Wait, you can think about your say rental car. Have you tried the rental car yourself? Right, similar, right? They provide very small amount of gasoline at the beginning, but nowadays the system has changed. they provide full or they provide middle size, but they write down the gauge. So if you return back with more gas or less gas or the same gas, they calculate the difference. But anyway, so should we include weight of gasoline for the ship or onboard crew weight myself? How many crew in the ship? Is it included in the lightweight ship or payload or because this is total weight. Right? So that I said this is very similar but small difference. Small difference includes weight of fresh water, food, my baggage, something like that. Small difference. But usually we use this is for the Navy ships. This is for the cargo ships. Okay. History. Edition. Cruise ship. Long time ago, right? Before Christ. And length, breadth. So you can see the ratio is 6. 6. Oh, 5. This side of the pyramid at Giza. So they may be used for the river rather than ocean. And wood made. All ships are no steel. All wood, right? Turtle ship, famous for Koreans. Turtle ship. It's also wood ship. But they are saying some steel plate over, right? Steel plate. Decoration for the fight. Greek, a little bit later, Phoenician, Greek shipbuilders, navigators, Mediterranean. So then once again the terminology, I ask you to learn about 1,000 terminology for the shipbuilding. But the terminology is very special because of this long history. Arguments. This still also BC, right? BC. Hydrostatics. Static equilibrium. I explained this one using bottle, your body, very similar to this. Probably he experimented his body, probably inside of water, bathing, bus. Not dynamics, hydrostatics. The dynamics comes with your motion in the wave, right? Ship is moving. And then also he tried to use simple shaped weight instead of crown, right? Because he wants to calculate the specific weight of the crown. Why? Because he questioning about whether this is made of pure gold or less gold is inside. Right? So specific weight was needed. But this complex shape, so it's not easy to calculate the volume or surface. Right? I told you that we need to integrate pressure of the water of the surface. Right? It's not possible at that time. Currently, we can use computer to calculate integration of complex shapes. Right? But instead, because it can be same, so you can use the other way. Very nice idea. Roman and Viking experience, Roman and Greek, and rowing.
Viking ships. Very nice. Well, you see that these ships are almost before fighting, rather than carrying cargoes. No oil, no smartphones. Not only, but mostly for the fighting. Turtle ship is also between nations. So at that time, the ship is very important device for war. Right? At that time, there was no pistol, only arrow, knife, and ship is most important device. Wooden ships, so old wooden ships. Until recently, right? 18. So late 19th century, we still had used wooden ships. Spain was very strong up to here, and then England it become the ruler of the ocean, big ocean, and Mayflower for the United States, America, and steam engine is coming into the ship around this time. But this engine is only steam turbine, not diesel engine. And then what is this? Katisa? Do you know what is this one is famous? Katisa, I only know that whiskey. But should be famous. Anybody knows about this? No. And turtle ship is around this way. He said this is covered with steel plate. Wood ship covered with this. You remember this? No engine, right? No diesel engine. English and Spanish fight, a big fight in 1588. After that, I guess English win, and before this war, Spanish was strong, but after that, English was strong. But engine is coming around end of 9th century. Locomotive. But still they use steam for moving, rotating a locomotive. And then it comes with gasoline engine or diesel engine. Patent, motor oil. And based on this theories and science coming from Newton, right? So you imagine that 200 years from these equations arrive at the engineering to engines, gasoline, diesel engines. And you can think about the ship. And then it comes to the age of iron ships and with steam turbine engines. So faster. First iron steam ship, sailing and steam together. And also iron. Plated means same as the turtle ship. The wood ship is plated with iron. We call it plated. Titanic. I explained this one, right? Titanic. Big disaster, very nice ship, passenger ship. So it's early 90s. So it is 120 years ago, 110 years ago, or 110 years ago. Questions? slide I will have a break. Classification society. Classification society. Coming back to the Mayflower. Or who found America? Columbus. Columbus used, what is the, this is not Columbus ship. Mayflower is different. I can't remember the name of the ship Columbus used. Columbus used ship to find the American continent, right? Long time ago. Before this, right? But he needs money to have a ship and also many people, crew members, and also food. Right? So it is at the time it is a big venture company because high risk, high return business. He is trying to go to the India, right? Not trying to go to the America, Columbus, but happened to be arrived at America. So at that time, why he wanted to go to the India? To get big money, right? Some transport, some valuable something from the India. It was for the trade. But at that time, trade using ship, you can bring big amount of precious goods. Instead of carrying by human or horse truck, right? Amount is very small. But by ship, you can bring big amount. So it can be a big money for trade. But it is very dangerous business because the sailing technology, the ship is very not safe enough. That's why we are saying this is high risk, high return business, a venture business. So Columbus, get money from who? Who provide money?
Portugal.
Huh?
Portugal.
Portugal?
Yeah.
No, Spain. The queen of the Spain was a venture angel, angel society. But it is so many people try their business for the big money, but also there has been many cases of failure, accident. Right? That's why it is high risk, but also high risk. So King invest big money to him. Now, why I'm explaining this one for long? Because of the classification society is coming. Lloyd is at that time. Lloyd is sub underwriter something. So this is about big business and high risk, high return business. So you need more investors. And also something who want to guarantee such a business. So that they check whether the Columbus, the captain is good enough, has a good experience and strong leadership. And also check whether the ship is also good for the sailing of raffles. They want to check. So at that time, it is very high technology. So society is coming from that way. They, based on their investigation of all, including human resource and money and technology in ship, and then they collect investors, and then it can be one business. Instead of money coming from the big King has rich people. That is the history of this classification society. So they classify the ship. So this ship is small, so you cannot go into the Atlantic Ocean. It can be used only inside the Mediterranean, only inside the river or lake. Classification. Another classification can be go to the North Pole. North Pole there is a severe weather, ice and iceberg and other things. Titanic was hit by the iceberg. So it's classification in terms of performance and also safety. Guidance. So they very similar to constructing a building. In Korean, 설계, 시공, 감리. Right? 설계 means design, 시공 construction, 감리 is survey or checking. So any construction of big high building, there is three organizations should be involved: design office, construction company, and also surveyor. Many times, design and surveying is done by one single company. Sometimes, small business, but big money, big building, then it's separate. They check each other, right? So surveyor company is something like this. For the ship, design is there is a separate design office, but after this slide, design is usually given by the owner, shipping company. Shipping company asks to the design office because he has an idea. I want to bring a very special food or material from the India, right? How much and when? So based on this story, trade, I want to make a ship like this one, this size and this speed, and right? So then design office has make a drawing of. So that design is provided by design officer, but coming with the owner. I want to build my home, sweet home. Then I usually find my idea of what kind, 2-story or 1-story floor, is wood home or concrete home or brick home. So I should decide, right? And then provide that idea and then draw a picture. And then ask constructor. We have a contract. I have a 101. 101 means how much is it? $100 million. $1 million. And money. Small. Big money. Okay. $1 million. I have $1 million to build my home, right? So contract. I have a drawing coming from office, design office, and drawing, and make a contract with a constructor, consulting company. $1 million, big money, right? For me. Then I cannot check whether they use correct material, correct method or procedure. So I ask another company or design companies to check whether they are doing correctly. Instead, I'm also coming sometimes, but I don't know the details. Right? That's the similar story in shipbuilding. Right? So they do survey and provide a certificate, and also it comes with insurance. without classification and certificate, they cannot get insurance. And insurance company, they develop into an insurance company also. Lloyd is famous in banking and insurance, right? But originally coming from as a classification. So it's a group now. Right? Lloyd is a group. Banking is more famous for them, right? Rather than classification. Question? No question. 5 minutes break.